Mhm.
Oh. It says we're going live, and we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Teacher Casey, and I'm here with Kelly. Hey, Kelly.
Hello.
Thanks for coming.
No problem.
Yeah, we're here updating everyone every Saturday around this time, usually 10 my time or 10:30, so 11:30 Eastern, just bringing you updates or teaching tips on Saturday morning. So, hey, Rebecca.
Hi.
So you know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't introduced ourselves. Why don't you tell the parents and teachers who you are and how they can find your classes? Kelly, maybe you can go first.
Okay, my name is Kelly. My channel is Teacher Kelly Tag, and I'm Kelly Tag on Outschool too. I have book clubs, 2 book clubs, Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Dog Man. I have an American Girl Halloween party coming up very soon. Yes. And I have a new civics class for middle school / beginner high school level.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so look for that on Outschool. And I think Casey has my link in the description. So, and I read the VIP Kid Weekly Report, I guess for only a few more weeks, and Outschool emails every Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Hey, and I think you have, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you have a sale right now, or is that ended for one of your classes coming up?
Oh, yes. Actually, for my new civics class, I do have a $5 off coupon. So if anyone, I guess, comment if you are interested in that, and I'll get back to you. Yeah.
Or you could check it out in the free and discounted Outschool Facebook group that we have.
Yes.
So awesome. Hey, Rebecca.
Hi. A bit late because somebody decided to wake up early. Just a little bit cranky this morning. But yeah, it's the life of a mom, right? Of little ones. You never know what they're going to do. So yeah, my name is Teacher Rebecca, and I have a YouTube channel, Rebecca F Online Teaching, and I walk through a lot of the parent side of Outschool because I also have a 5-year-old who takes classes. Is he sitting cold? Yeah. Cute. Okay. Yeah, and so I teach math on math for kindergarten level with math games, Beat the Teacher, where they play against me and see who wins. As soon as they do, as soon as I do, we team up. And then I also teach a science class, so it's ongoing science experiments, something new every single week. And that's also ages 3 to 8 or so.
So cute. And Rebecca's links are below too, so if anyone's looking for that. AM says, I'm doing a lot of Halloween classes as well on Outschool. Fun. I've just been doing read aloud and fun little, I did a read aloud and a pumpkin glyph. So that was a lot of fun. All right, so let's get started on, well, maybe Rebecca should go first in case she's got to leave quickly. Are you okay with that, Kelly?
Yes.
Sure.
Rebecca, you can let me know when you're ready. Rebecca's going to show us a new feature for Outschool.
Yeah, so I got an email to test it out, but then a week later I got an email saying it is live. So I guess everybody can go to it as well. It is like a website resource for all kinds of articles and everything. So if you want to go check it out, it's called teach.outschool.com. And it looks like this, very blog style. So you can look at different articles. You can work on how to help, train, blog post, help center. You can apply to teach right here. But I would recommend using one of our referral codes to apply.
Right.
If you apply here, you're not going to get a referral code, which means you won't get a coach. And in case anybody wants to know what the referral program is that if you use one of our codes, we will help you through the hiring process and getting started. Once you earn your first $100, then we get a $200 thank you gift from Outschool for helping you out. We don't get anything until you have earned $100. So that's good. We're going to help you through the baby steps and get you kickstarted going. And then we'll always be here if you have questions along the road, but you'll have the momentum going. Yeah. So I'd recommend having a coach who's been there and done this so you can, get some extra help.
Yeah.
So if you click on some of these off to the side, you can get into more things like, okay, what classes are are most popular right now. You can do, building your business, different things like how to message families in your classes, parent topic requests, what classes are popular for learners this week using coupon codes. So, I mean, a lot of things that we've been getting in our emails sporadically, it's all in one place, easy to look, easy to find. In case people ask later, like, wait, what's the policy on this? Look on here, you might just find it. There's also a search button, which is always nice to have a search to go, I remember reading something about this in the past. What did I read?
Right.
So yeah, check it out. It's ready to go. It's teach.outschool.com.
Nice. 5 tips on connecting with learners to boost enrollments. Oh, that's cute. That's some great information there.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of look through and explore it. You're gonna find some great ideas here that can maybe jumpstart something.
Yeah. It's visually more appealing than my email inbox as well.
Yeah. I think the old way was just like a list. Here's a list of stuff. At least this way, it's everything's clickable. You can get a little thumbnail with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for showing us that.
Sure.
And let me say hi really quick. Thanks for coming, Giselle and Kathy. Kelly tags in the chat as well. And AM, thank you guys for coming. If you have questions for us, please put them in the chat box, or if you have topic ideas that you'd like us to do on this channel as well. We do Monday collaborations as well. So that's it for that. So we were just talking about, you mentioned parent communication, and Kelly was going to talk about an email that we received. So should I pull that one up, Kelly?
Yes.
Sure. And there's also one of the clickable links on the website. So if you want me to share again, you can just read off of there, whatever you'd like.
And that's that same one for messaging parents?
Yeah, the messaging families to market your classes.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to bring that up.
Sure. That way you can talk about it and it can be visual. Let's see if I can find it again. There it is. Yeah. Okay. So this is the one that I clicked on that had the little envelope on it.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, maybe I'll read parts of it, but I'll paraphrase a little bit because I've read it before. So basically, they're just telling you that you need to keep all communication on the Outschool platform. You should not be communicating with parents through Facebook, through other ways to message. And they have used mass messaging sparingly. Generic messages can be a turnoff. So, I mean, I think it's okay if you do it every once in a while, but if all the time you're going to your classes and promoting your other classes, that can get annoying to parents. Rebecca's a parent on the site, so she can tell us, like, if you're always getting
I'm going to stop taking your classes if after every single one you can advertise something. But, once a month, put a little promo in there saying, hey, I'm doing some Halloween classes. Come check it out. Sporadically.
Right.
I don't mind.
And encourage following your profile, which we've talked about this before, but if they've taken a class with you, they should already be following you. So yeah, I think this is a little redundant. No offense. Outschool,
right.
Yeah, basically.
I'm not going to ask them to follow me because they already are if they've taken a class.
Right.
Maybe you could use this, follow my profile, if somebody on, like, let's say one of the discount sites is interested in your class, but they just can't sign up right now, or the time doesn't work. Say, well, follow my profile and then you'll get more classes. So you could use following my profile like in that way instead. And then scroll down, send a personalized message. This is something that I have tried to get better at doing recently. When I first started Outschool, I was like, yes, no feedback. I'm not messaging anyone. I mean, I would respond to parents if they messaged me, but tried to get better. I try to, send a message when someone first comes to my class, when someone leaves. For a while, I was trying to just pick 2 students a day and send a message just because, but that's gotten harder as my life's gotten busier. But, or if you teach one-on-one classes, it would be really easy to do this, just like we do feedback for VIP Kid. But try to send like a personalized message. And they're also talking about, if you're advertising a class, maybe you have a specific student. Oh, they already took this class. They already took Dogman. Maybe you'd like to come to Diary of a Wimpy Kid next. Here's the link. Make it personal, but they don't want you just like spamming. Don't just copy and paste and spam every single family that you have doing an email like this. So, yeah.
Do you think we as teachers could use that welcome section better? I know a lot of teachers have told me that they just keep whatever was the generic one in there for Outschool. I think we could do a better job, me included, as writing something so it feels like this is just for this class, this group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A welcome, a thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I was probably, when I first started, I just did the generic. I have to say, when it comes to all of these things we're reading today, I will shout out Paige Howell. She has a YouTube channel too, but she actually gives a lot of good marketing advice. And she's the one that helped me start sending the personalized messages when they come and go. Make your welcome message very targeted to that class. And one thing I also do in my welcome message, which I learned from Rebecca, is like also put the class schedule in there, because not all parents look at the description or read the classroom message, but they'll get that when they first sign up. And I've had less emails with what book are we on ever since I started putting that in the welcome message.
I put the supply list in there as well. Because then they get it right away and they go, okay, where is it? And now Outschool's also been putting the supply list with the your class starts in 27 minutes reminder.
That's good.
So which is nice. But then you have 27 minutes to gather everything you need, but at least it's accessible for them.
I just had that reminder the other day and I was like, wait, I don't have any students in this class. Wait, do I? Did somebody book? And I went running up to my desk and I was like, oh, there was nobody there, but almost had a heart attack.
So also make sure that your supply list is up to date. I have some classes that the supply list is a generic one from like a year ago. For these like generic craft classes, I'm like, you might want to update. Like, so on my science classes, I actually update the supply list every single week. I just go in there, edit, and go, here's for this week, here's for this week. So when they get it, they don't have an experiment from 3 weeks ago. They have the one for this week. And it doesn't take that much longer. I post it in the classroom message, going, here's what we're doing this week, edit the main page, and I'm done.
Hey, Jerry, thanks for coming. AM says, I've been emailing parents who took my classes and left a positive review to check out my latest classes. I ended up getting more bookings. Hey, thanks for sharing that tip.
That's a great idea. Yes, that's another time I email parents when I get a nice 5-star review, which I need to email someone. I got one from last night. Thanks for the reminder, AM. Yes.
That's great. We just love those reviews.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, Kelly, with the reviews, I'm going to stop the share real quick. How do you message them? Do you just reply as a public review? Do you private message them? What do you like to do?
Well, I started doing both when I found out from you that they don't get an email if you send a public review. I want to still respond as a public review so that other people seeing it will know that I am grateful for the reviews. But then in addition, I will then send them a private message saying thank you. And especially if they sent me a private message review as well, I might respond to that part privately too.
Yeah,
so yes,
it's a little bit more work to find the parent to respond to them, but it's well worth it because it makes the connections better.
Yes, definitely.
Cool. Hey, Cindy, thanks for coming. How are your Outschool classes going? I know you've been busy with school, brick and mortar school. How's Outschool going? I'm trying to find my friends again. There you are. All of a sudden, I clicked on the chat and lost my whole screen all of a sudden. So I have also sent messages for those that have left reviews as well. And if they leave a not good review, it depends on what is said, but I want to know what I can do to improve. So I don't know. You haven't mentioned that yet, right? While I was trying to find you.
No. Yeah.
No.
Have you ever messaged when somebody left a poor review?
I have. Like you, it depends what they say. If they're nasty, then I just don't bother. But if it's like constructive criticism, then I do. Yes.
Yeah,
And
I'd like
also,
to know.
yeah, me too. Well, let me tell you what happened to me one time, because this is something good for people to know, especially if you're new. I got a 1-star review and messaged the parent to ask more about it. And they said, oh, sorry, that was a mistake. I meant to give you 5. So it was worth it to email, because I would have kept that 1-star review and never known what the parent didn't like. And then I just found out it was a mistake. So, and she changed it. So yeah.
I did that once. As a brick and mortar teacher, I was a substitute for like 6 months in my first time entering grades. And these 2 kids always did an excellent job. And I was trying to give them the highest grade, but everybody else just had like a generic grade is what I was told to put in. And I gave them the opposite. I gave them the lowest. And they're like, oh, it was rough.
Yeah, I bet.
1 is not the best.
Right? It was letters. And I was new. I wasn't even a certified teacher yet. I was a long-term sub. So I was still trying to figure all that out. AM, I love your question. I will let you know about that one in just a second. But she did say, I did not know parents don't get emails when it's public review. Wow. I will still private respond also.
Yeah, when you respond to the review, you have the choice of either public or private. You get one choice. You cannot click them both. So I often go public, but then I have to like copy and paste that or find the parent again to send them a message, because they don't get to see that. Unless they go back to the class going, I wonder if my teacher left a message of mine, which they normally don't, and I don't normally check. But yeah, there's no email that comes to us when it's been responded to, unless it's private. But then you can't go back in and add a public one. So
I should say she worded it a lot better than I did. Just now when I read her message, I totally messed it up. But it means the same, but her words were much better than my reading. So
yeah. But I haven't checked, like if you write your review and you click private, that might be it. You can't go back and add a public review. It's like a once and done. So if you want to respond both places, respond publicly and then find the parent and do a parent message privately.
Right. And it's not that hard to find them, because all you have to do, like when they send a review, it has a clickable link to the class they made a review on. So just click on that and then you get to a parent.
Yeah, it gets to the link of like, oh, you had 5 kids in this class. Oh, here's the name that matches the parent. Done.
Right.
Okay. Good. So also we wanted to talk about, hey, Luann, we wanted to talk about a parent message that you had received, right, Rebecca?
Yes.
All right.
And it's not resolved, but I logged into my email and I got a 3 out of 5 for my math class. No comments. I'm like, well, that's a bummer. What did I do wrong? I don't understand. Right. Okay, well, I'll deal with it later, because my brain was busy that morning. So then 3 hours later, because updated review, 5 out of 5, no comments. I'm like, oh, well, that's cool. That's nice. Yeah, they changed their rating. That's good. 2 hours later, updated review, 3 out of 5, no comments. I'm like, what is going on? Like, do they have it open on their window and the kid was just pushing buttons and then pressing submit? Or did they really change their mind? So I asked the parent, so I'm noticing that it went from a 3 to a 5 to a 3. Is there anything I can do to make the class better? I think they're even still enrolled in the class. So I'm not sure, and they haven't gotten back to me yet. And I don't want to push it because it hasn't really dropped my rating that much. And because there's no comments, no one else can see it except for me and my email, but it really didn't drop me that many points. So part of me is like, do I even fight this? Part of me is like, what happened?
Yeah, I'd like to know your thoughts if you're in the chat.
Yeah, so I mean, I might send a message again, just asking a bit, but when you look at the class profile link, it still says, 5 full stars on there. Since there's no decimal point values, they don't know that, oh, you now have a 4.95 out of 5. No, it still looks like it rounds up to 5 until it dips down to 4.5. And then you're like 4.5 stars, which is kind of nice about Outschool is that it rounds.
You kind of want to know as a teacher too. Did I deserve this 5? Did I deserve
like
3?
Did you mean to do a 3? Did you mean to do a 5? Like, I'm okay with a 3. I just want to know why. Because I've had people who withdraw from the class or unsubscribe, saying we took it for a couple of weeks, we're moving on. And they do give me some criticism saying you should probably try to do this better. Like, thank you so much. It's not a review, it's not public, but it's good private information to go, okay, I can work on that. That's a good point.
I can become a better teacher with those tips. Like,
And, you know, since it came up in conversation, I know we weren't going to talk about this today, but the one thing that was in email a couple months ago, because a friend of mine just yesterday didn't know this, but if someone did not attend your class, they can't give you stars. Because I have a friend, she had to cancel a class and only had one learner. She was going to try to postpone it, but the person unsubbed from the class and then gave her 3 stars. If the person had never attended your class, either you had class and they didn't show up, or like in this situation, you can appeal that. You can appeal the stars if they've never come. So
yeah, and I think they used to be able to, like, I used to be able to leave feedback for a class that we missed. I'm like, how is that possible? But now I think that they've stopped that loophole. So I don't think you can anymore. But if somebody
this person did,
you know, then you can appeal it, saying that, but they never showed up. So how would they know what the class is like?
Right. Giselle said I had a 1-star review. Then I asked the parent, did I do something wrong? Then she wrote a review with a 4-star rating.
Yeah, take the 4.
At least she brought it up. Yeah.
Right.
She brought it up and gave you a review, so you know what's going on. Hey, well, I have your attention. If you don't mind giving a thumbs up, I would love that, because I've gotten lots of thumbs down. I think somebody's upset with me. So if you don't mind giving us a quick thumbs up, I would love that.
Like, you know, give me a thumbs down before I even start. How's that? It's like, give me a rating before you took the class. What's that?
Right.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, I've had thumbs down lately before my even live start. So I say me because I know it's not towards my guests. So anything else about Outschool before I answer AM's question about KidPass?
Well, I just wanted to talk a little more. I wanted to go a little more in depth about their email of not communicating, because sometimes on the, like if you're on one of the Facebook groups, the discounted ones, because it is on Facebook, sometimes you will start a conversation with a parent through Facebook Messenger. It's happened to me before. But the thing that you can do to comply with Outschool, like as soon as that student, you know, signs up for the class, take the conversation over to Outschool. And if they're still messaging you on Outschool, you could always just say, I'm going to reply. I mean, if they're still messaging you on Facebook, you could just say, I'm going to reply on Outschool, and then reply over there to try to move the conversation over. Also, I don't know if Outschool watches what they think about this, but I personally think it's a different situation if you knew the person long before you were an Outschool teacher. Like my friend Kim, her son is a regular of mine, is in 2 of my ongoing classes now, but has taken a lot of my classes. We knew each other for 1.5 years before she ever signed up on Outschool. And she's even the one online friend I've actually met in person. So I don't know how Outschool feels about that, but I do think it's different if you knew them before and you know them outside of Outschool, you know, that would be a different situation, but you know.
I agree.
So,
Giselle said the 4-star rating stated she had a lot of good Spanish words, but I thought this class was more conversational. I didn't read the class description. Oh, so the parent didn't read the description. And
as a parent, I would look at that review going, oh, okay, that's the parent's not satisfied because they didn't read the description. The teacher's still a good teacher.
Right. Yeah, I agree. AM said, I had a parent take her kid out of the class in the middle of the class and then put a public 1-star nasty review. I was bummed because she got her automatic refund and posted that.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, that's one thing that is kind of tricky. Like the parents can edit the review multiple times for up to 30 days. The teachers, once they submit it, that's it. You cannot edit it. So if you respond in some way and then they edit their parent review to not match your public review, that makes it kind of like, I can't respond to that. It doesn't happen very often, but I'm sure there's a couple of parents out there that can abuse that situation.
And And my advice too is if you get a bad review, wait 24 hours to respond so you're not still emotional.
Yeah.
I have a friend who did not take my advice on this and she regretted it later. Later, she was like, I wish I'd listened to you.
Yeah.
So
because
wait.
you can't redo it.
Right.
And
right.
I think you can give the parent 24 hours. Maybe they're the same way. They're a bit emotional and then they feel like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Let me fix it. So maybe you're giving them time to adjust as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
Good
can't
point.
delete your response. You can't edit your response. It's on there forever. So yeah, cool down, take a breather, move on with your day. It's one negative review is not going to ruin everything. You'll get
Right.
more positives in the future. It's all good. As a parent, I do go through reviews sometimes. I'll look at the positives, but I also look at the negatives. I'm the one who's like, I'm going to, search out the negatives and go, oh, that's the parent's fault. Or
Yeah.
that kid did not want to sit still. Well, that's not the teacher's fault if the student is off wandering the room.
Right.
Because that's the parent's job to stay in front of the camera, So I
Especially if the
read
kid is
those
new.
with a grain of salt, going, Psh, yeah, teacher's fine. We'll
Yeah.
take the teacher. That must have been a parent was in a bad mood that day or whatever.
Yeah. So AM asked about Kid Pass really quick. I have only been scheduling live stages, and I'll tell you why. They are no stress. I don't have to worry about the parents and the kids so much because all of the children come on to live stages and they're muted. And right now, it used to be up to 200 students. It still is, but with so many teachers doing live stage, I get about 15 to 20. So for me, $15 for 30-minute live stage is fun. Kid Pass is allowing us 5 live stages per week. So for me, that's like, it would be about $225 a month if you did the 5 30-minute live stages per week. So I'm just sticking with that for now, just because I don't I don't want the stress of feeling like I have to. I don't know how to explain it. It's not that I'm teaching. For some reason, the live stages are just not stressful for me. I'm doing read alouds and a fun activity. It's free for the parents and the students, and I get paid, and I'm drawing more students to the platform. So for me, that's what I'm doing. I have had some classes book when I open them, but it's just not my favorite thing right now. So.
And it's nice that you get paid to do that because before it was like you're giving your time with no compensation. And unless those kids rebook your paid classes, you're losing money.
Right.
So
and
I'm
I
glad you
feel
get
like
paid for those.
It was marketing, right? So it didn't bother me so much, but now that we're getting paid for it, it's like, oh, nice. They do have some changes coming up, so I'm excited about that. The parents can give you tips, right? Yes. Usually I get between $2 and $10 a live stage added on to the 15. It just depends. When I used to have, of course, the more students, I would get more. But like my latest class, I had $2 tip. And right now they can only give tips when they're booking the class, not during and not after. So I think if you have parents that come often, you'll tend to get more tips. But, they want to try it out before they give you extra money, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've taken a couple of those live classes for my daughter. And I'm like, if I'm getting the class for free, I can put $2 towards the teacher. It's really not that much. Then I'll pay for like a $2 class for half an hour. I can do that. This gives a little bit of extra money to the teacher. Even if we don't attend all the classes, or if something comes up or we don't like it, it's only $2 or $3. Like it's not gonna break the bank.
And the $225 a month is after they take their part. So I think it's worth it just to do 5 little 30-minute ones per week. It just seems to make me happy.
Do you do the same thing over and over, or do you mix it up a little bit? It's
been a different story every week with a different activity, but it's a story time and something. So this week these last couple of weeks, it's been 3 different Halloween stories, Pout Fish. And with, like, I did a pumpkin glyph, we did a drawing one, things like that. And I've just started helping the other teachers that are new on the platform do their live stages. So I figured, I'm not getting paid for them, but eventually I will once they make their money, but I'm not worried about that. But it's been fun, like, for me to read a story and then them do their niche. So like Sherry and I she's a speech pathologist. So I read the story, she takes the words from the story and practices the sounds or something like that. So it's been really interesting to have like the experts in their fields after I read a fun story. So yeah. But so thank you for those questions. And if you have any more AM, feel free to message me, casey.oswald@gmail.com, or you can put it underneath our chat today. So thank you everyone in the chat, and thank you ladies. Anything else before we sign off?
I think that's it for today, but we'll have more next week.
More next week. All right, everyone. See you soon.